Any second now. It's trying to go live. It's like circling. Today, Junior. What's going on, everyone? We're about to go live right here. Come join me.
Now that we're almost 2 years into the pandemic and AEW has already won up WWE by light years away, because once they uplifted of letting to have fans, they've been having fans for almost a year now. What's the point of WWE doing WrestleMania and then going right back to no fans? Like, I don't get the concept. Like, I just can't grasp the concept of Vince. I mean, like, Money in the Bank is coming up. It's going to be the first pay-per-view in almost 2 years that they have live fans besides WrestleMania. I cannot grasp the concept of why Vince hasn't let fans in the building. I just don't understand. I don't get it.
Mad Dog?
Right. So here's what I know. Vince McMahon does whatever he wants. Vince McMahon's Vince McMahon. You guys know it. I know it. And he does whatever he wants. And right now, he's urging people to go get the vaccine. If you didn't, okay. If you did, okay. I mean, I see commercials all the time, like during Raw, SmackDown, NXT, even during the pay-per-views. So I think they're afraid to let fans back into these big stadiums. I think that's what it is. They're afraid. He's afraid. So,
well, on to Roman Reigns taking on Rey Mysterio at SmackDown last week, Hell in a Cell. Rumor has it the reason why they did it that way, because they were trying to let their two big networks that they have, Fox and USA, have a chance to get a piece of the pie of all the action, which I think is totally gay. And the fact that, you know, here's what the match was. The match made Roman Reigns look weak. You got this 4'7" midget with a mask taking on this guy that's almost 6 foot, and he's getting the shit beat out of him by a steel chair and a bunch of kicks. I don't understand it. Like, what was the point of this whole match? To make Roman Reigns look stupid? Because I don't get it. And then they're gonna make him face him again at Money in the Bank. What am I missing here? Like, what's the glue that's not sticking to this project? Like, what's going on?
Let's just answer this question real. Vince, you go first.
No, I'm not getting the vaccine. I don't know if
I did get the vaccine. I'm very happy because now I can walk around happy and not worry about hopefully dying from corona. Vince already, unfortunately, has experienced it, and he now has immunity virus, so he thinks he's Mr. Invincible anyways.
Yes, I feel the same way.
Instead of Wuhan, it was Vince Han who made that whole thing.
Like I said, I feel the same way with Vinny on this one. I also had corona last April, actually, and wrestling got me through that whole thing. So I'm glad WWE was still going at that time.
Yeah.
So the answer is yes, no. Thank you for asking that. What a really weird question to ask. And yeah, Roman's way over 6 foot, by the way.
Why not?
Tall.
I got here.
He's a tall glass of water.
What'd you say, Roman?
Fine from the vaccine, but we're not here to talk about the stupid vaccine. I hope you all get it. If you don't get it, that's your choice. That's what America's all about. Hell in the Cell, rating it on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm going to give it like a 7. Nothing fantastic happened. Nothing crappy happened. That's for sure. It wasn't a shitty pay-per-view. I'm glad I watched it. I would definitely watch it again. The fact of, though, Roman and whatever, that was the best match of all the Hell in the Cells. I don't think Drew and Bobby was that great, and I don't think Bianca and Bayley was that great. So I thought that was actually the best Hell in the Cell of them, and that should have definitely showcased in Hell in the Cell and been the main event. But
I'm sorry to hear
there was a big war going on between Fox and NBC and all these other. Damn, man, they just pulled me on. pulled me on TikTok, just suspended it, my live.
Why would you?
So stupid. Anyways, yeah. So I think go ahead, you guys go. I'm annoyed.
Well, listen, if that was the best match of the night and by far of the weekend, I feel really bad for WWE fans because to me that was not a good match. I mean, you know, you have this guy, the tribal chief, the head of the table. You know, the week before he comes out looking like The Rock. You know, cutting this badass promo.
Sounded like him too.
Yeah,
Right.
And then here comes Jimmy Uso. Talking about I haven't spoke to Jay all week. That's
all of a sudden here's Roman Reigns.
Well, The Rock says they didn't keep you at the bottom of the barrel just because you wanted to say goodbye to your Rudy Poo friends.
What the hell?
The Rock says they kept you at the bottom of the barrel because you absolutely suck.
Oh, Roman Reigns is awesome now and has promos. Like, when did that come from?
Yeah.
Right.
But, I mean, he didn't look. I mean, honestly, like, were they? Here's what I get. Were they trying to put Ray over? Or were they trying to make Ray look like a legend? Because to me, like, I know they're trying to give Ray this like last little push to where like he's not going to win the belt, but they're going to like give him the opportunity to win the belt 2 more times. But to me, like, I feel like it's a slap in the face because yeah, you let Ray kick the crap out of you for 10, 15 minutes. And then you what? You Superman punch him, throw him into the cage and he loses, or you tap him out. I mean, what is that?
Weird. The whole thing's weird. It was just and I thought it's funny because we all think we know so much about wrestling and we're reading our dirt sheets and we're all like, we got it figured out. But the reality is, I thought that was a stepping stone to get Roman Reigns versus Dominic at Hell in the Cell and give Dominic his moment. And that didn't even come to fruition at all because I don't know what the F I'm talking about. So just when you think you know, you don't know. And the reality is Roman probably wanted Sunday off. It could be something that simple. He's like, I just don't want to work Sunday. So they just like are like, all right, Roman, whatever you want. You're God's gift to fucking pro wrestling. So we'll just let you do that, you know?
Look, this all comes down to the networks, folks. This is what it is. It's not about Roman working Sunday or Ray working Sunday. No. The networks wanted viewership. SmackDown got their viewership. Raw lost a little bit in viewership, even with their Hell in the Cell match on Monday, which was totally unexpected, by the way. But this match, I totally agree with both of you. It looked good from certain angles, and then it had its shitty points as well. But talking about Ray's already a legend going forward. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame eventually. We know that. And giving them the push, I don't think it's really needed. I mean, he's already tag team champion with his son. That's like huge. You know what I mean? That was like one of the best things that happened. And, you know, he was fighting half that match by himself. So, in all honesty, yeah, I mean, it just makes Roman Reigns look better. And Ray he was weaker, but Roman looks weak too. So, what's the bill for SummerSlam? There is none. I'm sorry.
You shut your mouth and know your role, jabroni. Honestly, the build to SummerSlam is Roman's unstoppable, and who's going to beat him? I mean, what do you mean? What's the build to SummerSlam? It's John Cena probably going to be. Can John Cena do it? And if John Cena can't do it, then you know Roman Reigns continues to be the most dominant force in all of professional wrestling, and that's what he is. I don't care what anyone says. You can say it's Omega. Vince, you'll probably even say it's Omega, but it's Roman Reigns as the top guy in professional wrestling. It was John Cena for the longest time, but Roman Reigns eventually took over that. And Daniel Bryan, he hit his moments for a little bit, but overall, Roman's been the guy for a while. Get back to, all right, enough of the past. Hell in the Cell's over. Wait, you're hitting the buttons too fast there, homie.
All right.
Comments. Someone please tell me what the F is going on with Nikki. I kept expecting to hear stand back. There's a hurricane coming through along with Mighty Molly appearing. Next, Nikki will be wearing a superhero in China. I thought the superhero gimmick was cute. Yeah. I think, she can be the same old type person. She's never going to be the little cute, darling girl like Charlotte. You know what I mean? She's not the fake boob girl. She's a tough wrestling chick. She's really is tough. I've seen her in a lot of NXT matches. If she got rid of that insanity gimmick and now she's going to roll the superhero gimmick, but if she's a superhero who's a badass, because she does have the potential to be a badass in the ring. She learned a lot from Alexa Bliss, honestly. pairing them two together really brought Nikki out of her shell and brought her in the things she never thought she'd be doing. And I thought it was actually a pretty good thing. Vince, you know what we were talking about? Did you get to see?
Yeah, I did.
Superhero gimmick.
And I tell you this, guys, all the time. I just don't understand why they take away such talented wrestlers and they give them these stupid ass gimmicks. It's like, I think Crazy Nikki in NXT sold. I think
it was awesome. Yeah, absolutely.
After Insanity, after they fired the other Eric Young and what's the other guy's name?
Killian Dane and the other guy. Yeah,
I think after that,
they fired Killian, but he was in it.
I think it lost momentum, and she did, of course. But with that being said, you're taking character that's crazy, psychotic, and then you're gonna like bring her on SmackDown. She's gonna be like toned down a little bit, so she's not as wild. Then you're gonna stick her in a Superman costume. Like what? What?
I mean, what if Vince was like, just do what you want to do? You know what I mean? Do your thing.
I mean, this is why wrestlers fall off the train and they get fired, because there's no storyline for them. And then when you give them something, when you say, "Hey, this is what you want to do," you put them in a fucking banana suit. You let them go out there and let them dance with the fucking fruit, and then they're like, "Sorry, man, it just didn't work out. I'm gonna have to let you go."
That's the problem with this thing. If it doesn't work out, it really is a thanks for your time. This was a horrible idea. This was a stupid idea from bad creative, as Chris would say. And then the next thing you know, she's fired. So, Alyssa, thank you very much. You're going way too fast on the comments there, Boot. I can't even read them.
Sorry about that.
Super Nikki character was a Molly Holly idea for sure. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess Molly Holly. I remember that. That was cute when she did it too. And if the internet was around at that time, like it is now, there's be a bunch of dumbasses on there saying that's stupid too, because that's just what we do. Going on to the future instead of being done with the past, Money in the Bank is our next WWE pay-per-view. Prior to that, there is the Great American Bash. I think it's prior to that, coming up for NXT. But let's talk about that. There's already several matches already lined up. The first being Bobby Lashley versus Kofi Kingston, setting up the ass whipping Xavier Woods took, where Bobby beat him, then decided to beat him some more and put his face against the thing where Kofi, it can't get in the cage and help him out. It was a really heartfelt moment as Kofi needs to save the day, but's unable to do it. So now he's really going to whip Bobby Lashley's ass. But the reality is Bobby's not losing for anytime soon, right, guys? I mean, what do we think? Is there any chance that this goes Kofi's way? Is Kofi Mania 2 happening?
Hell no.
Money in the Bank?
Hell no. There's no.
Right. No, that's not gonna happen. Bobby retains the title.
Any chance? 0.0, you're saying?
I would say maybe there's a 10% chance Kofi Mania happens out of nowhere, because it is the first time with fans back, but it's also people want to see Bobby Lashley hold that title too. So I think Lashley will hold it up for the fans at the end.
Let's face it.
YouTube says, I think Lesnar will make a Money in the Bank return and challenge Lashley at SummerSlam. So we keep bringing up, it's so weird with Lesnar, because we keep bringing up the name, but when he's here, all I hear is, God damn it, why is this old timer part-time fuck on my show once every 3 months, every 4 months? You miss him, he's gone. Like,
you're right.
Fucking Lesnar, dude. He's unstoppable. There's nothing you can. I mean, I can't wait for him to come back. As soon as that music hits and you hear, shit's getting serious, because he don't have no bitch matches. He's not in there he's not in there like freaking Adam Cole, giving him Panama sunrises all day long and doing all these stupid kicks. Like, he's having some belly to back suplexes in that match, and a lot of them.
Wait, here's the thing about Lesnar you have to understand. Can out of both of you, and be honest, because I know right now you're probably both going to give me a bunch of shit. Can you name one thing right now in the last year and a half, 2 years, without Lesnar being there, that's excited you more than, okay, so Lesnar can't fucking no sell nothing. Like he's like Ultimate Warrior. You smack him in the face and he gets back up.
Right.
But we need this, because there's nothing else that you can sit here and tell me that was good for a year and a half that WWE put on that was great. Nothing. There's not one wrestler not Bobby Lashley, not Roman Reigns, not Molly Holly, not the guy dancing in the banana suit. Nobody is going to fucking sell an arena out than having Brock Lesnar in that main event. It's just, yeah, we get sick of him, but it's like, it's the truth. The guy knows how to sell tickets, and that's it. I mean, I'm sorry, but Vince he needs to go. He's not making great decisions at all.
And that is the money match.
Right.
Let's not mistake. Bobby Lashley, an MMA fighter, versus Brock Lesnar, an MMA fight, is really Bobby Lashley's the only guy in fucking WWE that I believe could potentially beat Brock Lesnar in a fight.
Yes.
Like he's the only one. I mean, I'd love to be like Riddle can take it. Like Riddle can't take him.
No.
Because he's got 100 pounds on him. But like Bobby Lashley and Bobby's younger. Bobby's probably stronger at this point than Brock. Bobby didn't have to fight diverticulitis. You know what I mean? He's had a lot less miles on the road than Brock's had. Brock had to go to the UFC and defend the World Heavyweight Championship. Talk about pressure on your back. That shit's crazy. It won't ever happen, but I'd love one day to see Hager beat the bricks off Lashley in a straight up fight. I'm not sure that would take place either.
I don't know.
I'm not sure Hager would beat Lashley's ass, guy.
I don't know neither. I don't think Hager would beat Lash. I think Lash would beat Hager.
I think Lash would sit on top of him and hump him, and dry hump him, and then punch him in the face and win.
Yeah,
It's just what he does.
Yeah.
The second match announced for the pay-per-view coming up is Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. We've seen it. It's happening, but the reality is this match is going to happen 150 more times. It's just one of those matchups this reminds me so much of that trio of Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte when they were always having and Bailey. You can even
wait a minute.
Yes, the fourth horsewoman. Yes, of course.
Are you talking about? I get it. Are you talking about the storyline that they started at? Hold on, let me get
WrestleMania. Yeah.
Oh, no. That started at the Mae Young Classic 2019.
Yep.
Where they all showed up and sat in the front row right across from each other. And they all said, "Oh, it's the 4-horse lady." And where'd they go with that? Nowhere.
And Paul Heyman.
Remember when they were talking about making the other four horse ladies with Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, and those other two chicks that they fired? Jessamine, they already fired one of them. But
I'm sorry, but
I remember that.
But Ronda Rousey was such a waste of time. Like listen, I'm sorry to say this, but if there's any morons out there listening to the show think that Ronda Rousey was good for business to win a belt for a whole entire year. Yeah, of course she was on Raw and offended it every week, whatever. But you honestly think now that she's been gone for 2 years that was good for business? Like it was a joke. It's like, okay, you think you can come into the World Wrestling Federation or WWE or whatever you want to call it. You can tangle with the freaking women's of wrestling. And then you lose the belt and you're gone for 2 weeks, 2 years and have a baby. And then you think you're going to come back and it's like, it doesn't work that way, Jack. It doesn't work like that at all.
Well, actually, I want to jump in on this.
That was like a Hulk Hogan. It doesn't work like that way, Jack.
Look, I want to jump in on this. I disagree with you, Vinny. I think Ronda Rousey was a great, fast learning champion. You know, she comes from the world of UFC, MMA fighting. And all of a sudden, she just jumps into pro wrestling. And just even Kurt Angle said it on a podcast not too long ago, a year ago or two. He said she's the fastest learner he's ever seen. And I'm sure Kurt Angle has seen a lot of people go through the doors of the PC and out of the PC. And he said she's one of the fastest. Now, her getting pregnant, well, it's the same thing with Becky Lynch, for example. Becky Lynch was almost at a 400-day reign for the Raw Women's title. She gives it up to Asuka right before 400. She goes off, has a baby. Now we're still waiting for her return. I want Becky to come back. When Becky comes back, the women's division will be fine. Right now, it's a disaster.
I don't think it's a disaster, dude.
I think it's a disaster. I really do.
Like, because Becky Lynch isn't there? I mean, why is it a disaster? Dude, Rhea Ripley is
Flair again? Why?
Rhea Ripley's amazing. Asuka's one of the best wrestlers in the world. Charlotte's there. Bailey, Bianca Belair got moved up. I mean, the game is actually evolved.
Sasha's not there. She's gone.
She's there, dude. She just isn't wrestling.
She's in LA actually filming a movie, I think it was.
She's there. You know what I mean? Like she could show up any given moment and make an impact on. They're not going to keep her off the sideline until the damn draft. You know what I mean? Like she's Sasha freaking Banks. So I disagree with your statement that I think AEW is the women's division that actually needs a lot of work. because they've taken a mediocre person like Britt Baker and catapulted her to this level of greatness, just like they did with Becky Lynch. Don't get me wrong, Becky's good, but Becky's not the best. She's the best on the mic for women, but she's not the best wrestler by any means in the ring. And that showed at WrestleMania 35 when all three of them kind of stunk it up in the ring a little bit. All right, what we got? Let's go through some comments here.
Yeah.
I think I agree Baszler is worthless. I don't think Baszler is worthless at all. I think Baszler is a really great wrestler, and I watched her reign in NXT be actually a really powerful, dominant reign. Vince, I mean, when Shayna Baszler came out, you knew that there was going to be a good wrestling match to take place.
I understand that, but here's what you have to understand. You bring Shayna Baszler into NXT. You make her part of this whole Ronda Rousey 4 Horsemen women thing. You move her up to the main roster. She comes in an Elimination Chamber and beats the shit out of everybody. Now what is she doing?
She's got stanky leg from Alexa Bliss. I mean, she had her own singles match at Hell in the Cell, which is one of the only ones.
But listen, this is the pro. Listen, if people don't understand this, like in Chris and all them, they think they know about wrestling.
Alyssa loves Liv Morgan. Everyone loves Liv Morgan. Don't worry.
Listen, Liv Morgan can't wrestle herself out of a paper bag. That's the truth.
She's young. She's learning. She's in her 20s.
But going back to her, this is the reason why that WWE, the people that go in WWE and leave are happy to get out of WWE, because the creative side of it is horrible. You make somebody a star in NXT, you move up to the main roster and they're flipping hamburgers at McDonald's. I mean, it's horrible. I mean, really, you guys honestly think that run with Nia Jax was something that she should be proud of?
No, it sucked.
The whole women's tag team division is definitely lost. Look at this.
I told you the whole.
I was waiting for her to comment. I was waiting for her to get mad at you. She said, "Mute this Liv Morgan." I can't mute him. He's a
Hold on. Oh wait, do you honestly think out of the two people that got fired, you really do think Liv Morgan shouldn't have got fired? I think
I personally believe Ruby should have stayed.
I think they both should have stayed, and I think Liv has incredible potential, as does Ruby. The problem with Ruby, I'm going to say it right now, that Vince is too shallow. He doesn't think she probably looks good enough. He's such a doucher, dude. He can't get past the wrestling.
Shayna Baszler is not that pretty to look at.
Dude, Shayna Baszler is a fucking UFC wrestler. She fought the Amanda Nunes and Ronda Rousey inside the UFC ring. The top notch.
Oh, she's the future. Come on, really?
I didn't say she's the future. I said she's
no. Look at the comment.
Sorry.
She's the future. No, you know the future is.
I didn't say that. I didn't say she's the future.
Charlotte Flair is the future. Listen,
Charlotte's not the future.
Charlotte's the now, dude.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now.
The future is Tony Storm.
The future is Raquel Gonzalez. Thank you very much. The NXT Women's Champion. You guys have seen it firsthand. She's a badass, man.
How old is that girl?
Listen. I'm sorry to say this, but maybe by the end of this year, maybe by the end of the summer, she'll be gone. They'll toss her out just like the rest of the other trash people they've tossed out, because WWE has no idea what they're doing with their talent, and that's okay because
that's true.
I don't want to hijack the show and make it about Liv Morgan the whole time. She's great. We love her. Ricochet versus John Morrison versus Matt Riddle so far. And then there's going to be 5 more added to this Money in the Bank free-for-all. Vince, you didn't see Raw, but Matt Riddle, our boy, beat Drew McIntyre clean to advance in the Money in the Bank tournament.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I saw the highlights, and I got to tell you this. I can't believe that piece of trash Ricochet beat AJ Styles. That's a joke.
Yeah, that is.
And another joke is I love Matt Riddle to death, but him beating Matt Riddle or McIntyre was a joke. Joke. If they listen,
McIntyre should never lose, right?
Listen, let me tell you this right now. If they put Matt Riddle in this match and he does not win the Money in the Bank, that was the biggest waste of time WWE could have ever done for Money in the Bank. Because honestly, last year, was it the year that we had the pandemic? They made Otis the freaking winner of Money in the Bank.
Yeah, and look what happened there.
Dude, I honestly believe
it was the Miz, right? Miz got the contract.
I believe Riddle is going to win the Money in the Bank and have the belt, because him rolling around with that scooter with that freaking briefcase going, "Hey, Randy, look what I got, bro." And him looking at him, giving him the eye. Is he going to give him an RKO?
No.
That's way better than John Morrison, drip, and Miz walking around with that shit. That ain't happening. And then Ricochet, he's not winning this shit. He has no personality, dude. Ricochet can't walk around with the belt or with the stupid Money in the Bank and make it interesting. Only Riddle can right now. It depends on who the other 5 are, but right now Riddle's the clear favorite in that one, in my opinion.
Right. So I want to jump into the last chance
You sounded like
qualifying
Dr.
match.
Evil there, bro.
Yeah, right. Right. So I want to jump in the last
kitty right here underneath
qualifying match next week for Raw. Drew McIntyre is in that match. Drew McIntyre can still get a shot at the title. Now, remember, Hell in a Cell, the stipulation was, I said that wrong, I know, but was the, what was it? He couldn't fight for the title anymore or something, right? Someone help me out.
Oh, yeah, he
with
can't
this.
fight Lashley for the title.
Right? Yeah, something like that. So the only way he can do it is with the contract. Drew's going to be in the match next week. Drew wins that match clean. Big baby face run, still getting that run. A lot of people love him, blah, blah. Gets the contract, cashes in at Lashley, SummerSlam. There you go.
Oh, you got it all figured out there, don't you, cowboy?
And your boy Matt Riddle teams up with Randy for a big match at SummerSlam for those Raw belts with AJ and Omos. So
they're already putting doubts in our heads about Orton and Riddle. And as we know from being wrestling, well, Vince and I, for being wrestling fans, how long have you watched wrestling, Mad Dog?
I've started probably around 2005, 2006, around the John Cena hype era, probably. Ruthless Aggression, most likely. It was a couple years after Cena got big, I started watching.
That's funny. I wasn't watching it, but I was rolling on my phone and I was looking and I saw Unpopular Review. And I saw they had 2 viewers. And I was like, And I clicked on it. Guess who it was?
Mad Dog.
It was fucking Mad Dog. He's like, hey guys. He's like, hey guys, answer this question about like fucking. And he was like asking. So I'm like, oh my god, dude, you're the only guest on there. Yeah. That shit was funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just gonna say
support
this.
the locals, guys.
You got
them. They support us.
You gotta. Oh yeah, really? You see Chris in here supporting us? I don't think so, bro. You just support him, which means you're a groupie because he doesn't support you back. But that's cool. You're a higher level, just so you know. You're on World Wrestling Radio. You can't stoop down and be like a UPR groupie when you're up on World Wrestling Radio, dude.
I don't see.
You gotta have something better to do with your life than listen to
That's
fucking.
That's the thing. You always see it as a competition between us versus Chris. I never see it as competition. I see us, everybody working together in this big unity thing. You know what I mean?
What do you mean? They don't support us at all, bro. You're the only one that supports them, which actually hurts us because you're like, hey.
I was there last week watching the whole show. So,
anyway. Asuka versus Naomi versus Alexa Bliss versus Nikki Cross, the superhero, and then there's going to be 4 other added to the match. Who do you think's going to win this? So far, out of these 4, are they going to be one of the ones to win? I know, Vince. I feel you. I'm sleepy too.
No, I
none
don't.
None of these goobers are going to win.
I mean, honestly, as horrible as it sounds, the only person I can see that wins it was Nikki Cross flying around the room with the briefcase. That's all I see.
Yeah.
I mean, Asuka with the briefcase is always interesting because she could cash in and win it anytime. And she doesn't speak English that well, so it could always be fun with her. Your take on the 24/7 belt chase? Well, King, I think it's really fucking stupid. And I think it's been stupid for a really long time. It's actually died down. There was a really bad time when they were doing the chase around the ring thing. That was kind of like an all-time low in the 24/7.
Oh god.
And then, I think it's kind of cool when, Gronk or a newscaster or someone wins it. That's kind of entertaining, but Truth winning it 59 times and counting is just so, at this point, it's just
59
really
59 times? Wow.
I don't know the real number, but it's just really going
54, but
Oh, I don't know the real number. I was just guessing if it's really that bad.
Yeah, it's like 54, 55. It's a lot.
I know Vince didn't watch NXT, but I do want to talk about Samoa Joe kind of changing the volume and the way that NXT is being held now, because he's added an enforcer feeling to it where it felt like before it was kind of chaotic and wrestling was out of control, carrying cross, and Adam Cole's jumping in, beating ass. And then now with Joe, it seems like there's a little more organization to the events and to everything. And when things do get out of hand, he obviously steps in. But to me, it seems like they're just setting Joe up for a bunch of matches in the future, because every corner, every chance they get, they're just kind of pairing him off with someone face to face. You saw him with Pete Dunne. You've seen him with Adam Cole. You've seen him with Karrion Kross. It's really almost like, who's Joe going to end up coming back and wrestling? But he is developmental talent at this point. Just like AJ, I hate to break it to you, Vince, but AJ is developmental at this point. He's in his mid 40s, 43 years old, 45. I don't know the exact number, 42, 43, 44. But I mean, he has maybe one more run for the title. And I'm going to ask you guys this right now. Let's just guess, today is June 23rd. Who do you see as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion on January 1st, 2022?
Brock Lesnar.
Go ahead, Vinny. If you want to go first, go ahead.
Brock Lesnar?
Oh, no. Hell no. Hell no. Brock's not even coming. There's no plans for Brock to come back yet. Drew McIntyre?
On January 1st, 2022, Drew McIntyre is going to be the world champion.
Will be the one going into the Royal Rumble with the belt. Yep.
I actually think it's AJ Styles. I think AJ is going to get one more run, and I think it's this year sometime, because the tag team thing isn't working. Like him and Omos as a tag team, Omos is clearly so green that they can't even let him have legitimate matches. He's that
fucking goober.
Joe
versus Cross for the NXT title. Okay, so Cross is news update. I know most of you know, because you all read the dirt sheets just like us, but Karrion Kross and Bronson Reed both have been pretty much called up and been wrestling dark matches on SmackDown. Testing
and Raw as well. I heard they both went to Raw this Monday as well.
Yeah, so they want to be seen by Vince and Laurinaitis and all these other fuckheads in the WWE that want to make decisions on them. And there's nothing to not love about both those people. Honestly, right. I feel so fortunate to be able to be 5 feet away from both Karrion Kross and Bronson Reed, and you can feel the impact of them as stars when you see them. Vince, would you agree?
Well, I'd say this. I don't understand why they had Karrion Kross even go in NXT. To me, that was the same road they did with Bobby Roode. They had him in for a couple months. He came in, did his job, and then he went to SmackDown. But honestly, what are they doing with Bobby Roode? Nothing.
Glorious. I think he's the tag champ, or he was.
Him and Dolph Ziggler were the SmackDown tag team champions for a couple months. Yeah.
Can I ask you this question? Why do they make everybody that comes at NXT a tag team champion? They're doing it with Randy Orton. They did it with Bobby Roode. What is the deal? Like, why is it that their first title has to be the tag team title? Because to me, I think it was a slap in the face to Riddle that Riddle didn't even get to hold either the North American or the NXT. Like, to me, he was that damn good, but they thought he was better with Pete Dunne. And everybody's going to say, "Oh, they had such a great run. They were comical." Yeah, they were comical. They were a laugh at. They were being laughed at for the shit they did. That is not good.
No, I enjoyed that little run.
Right. Had, I actually like the run as well.
We know Pete Dunne and Riddle are both badasses.
Riddle's very talented, and Riddle jumped up to the main roster, and they made him the United States champion. That's a pretty big deal. I know he lost to Sheamus at Mania, but still, he still had the belt, and he got it off of Bobby freaking Lashley for sake. So,
he's such a hard talent. He's like a soft teddy bear. You think he's really tough? Come on.
Bobby Lashley, they're making him look tough right now versus Xavier Woods.
Of course they are.
Tough as nails. All right. We're 36 minutes in. I don't think I can pull an hour out, guys. I'm kind of tired. I'm not going to lie. Let's just go through the news and rumors.
Hold on, real quick. Before we do that, real quick, I'm gonna run down the matches for AEW this week.
Yeah,
the live show that me and him are going to
Saturday, bro. Oh, look at this brute. Look at this shit. I gave blood, and it fucking ended up like lady almost killed my ass, dude. I woke up the next morning. I was like, what the hell? Huh?
Look like a crack whore.
I know. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, because I got that high cholesterol. Bro. I'll be eating them subs, man.
Dynamite this week. You have MJF and Sammy Guevara preparing for their 30-minute. So for their June 30th main event match.
Calm down.
You also got Ethan Page taking on Bear Bronson. The Bunny taking on Chris Solander. I've never heard of that person ever.
Great. Some bum.
Matt Sydal taking on another fucking bum. Powerhouse Hobbs taking on
Hangman Page. Hell yeah. I'm excited about that one.
Powerhouse
is a punk.
He's a punk.
Hangman's getting that W.
Right, hold on. I want to answer this question real quick. This is a good one. Why didn't Finn Balor go back to NXT? Right now, I think Balor's on vacation somewhere, right? That's what I heard, at least. I don't know where he is right now, but I heard he's on vacation last. So,
can you find out for me real quick? Can you call his secretary?
I don't know. You know the number?
Hi, Mrs. Balor. It's Mad Dog. I need to know for Vince if you're going to be on vacation. And can you please tell me your location? I want to come say hi.
Yeah.
Can you please sign my fucking t-shirt?
I don't have a Finn Balor t-shirt, by the way. I have a John Moxley t-shirt. Congratulations to him and Renee, by the way.
Dude, he's got I don't understand the Wild Thing entrance with him. That's so stupid. Like
that's a callback to his New Japan days. That's what it was.
Oh, because he was Wild Thing. They were like, oh,
I guess. I don't know.
I got you.
It's a New Japan thing.
Like my profile picture, everyone. Yes, we know you love Liv Morgan. You got a question. We already answered it. All right, let's get to the news, kids. Oh, wait. And you forgot to mention Jungle Boy versus Kenny Omega for the World AEW Championship. We're gonna see Kenny Omega in like title defense, dude. How cool is that?
Yeah, and he's probably gonna retain.
I'm so looking forward to seeing Broke Down Kenny Omega. God, I can't wait to see Broke Down Kenny Omega.
I have to ask, you guys really think Jungle Boy?
Your mouth.
You guys really think Jungle Boy has a chance at the title against Omega Saturday night?
I would, dude.
Cry like a baby.
No, he doesn't stand a chance, bro.
Dude, if he won the title,
in front of you guys, can you imagine?
I'll tell you right now, if he wins the title, it would put him in epic proportion. Like that's one of those memorable moments, like Booker T winning the title. You know what I mean? Like it would be crazy if he won the title. Like that's like Daniel Bryan winning the title. It would be insane. Who do you think will win the Universal Championship? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I have to sneeze though. I'll be right back. You keep talking.
Right. I don't know. What do you think, Vinny? Who do you think wins the Universal belt? Do you think Roman holds it, or do you think John Cena's gonna get it?
I think if John Cena does win it, I think John Cena wins it for maybe a month and then goes right back to Roman Reigns.
If John Cena wins it, it's for that number, magic number 17 or 16 to beat Ric Flair for some reason. Like they need to do that, but
which is horrible.
I think it's horrible as well. I think it should always be that should be the number. No one needs to win the belt more than 16 times.
That's not
Get over it yourself, bro. And you know how many people, how many corpses John had to bury on his way to the top there? A lot. You know how many guys? Poor Darren Young looked like him, couldn't even get a job because that shit. It was ridiculous. Looked like him just a little bit. Retire the Universal title, bring back Big Gold. Absolutely, King. Bring that shit back. I love the Big Gold so much. I might go pull it out and sleep with it tonight. Kind of like Jay does with the US title. Okay. All right, let's get to the news. Let me play some news music. I'm going to play some news. What should we play? Let's play news music. Shawn Michaels. It's time for news. It's going to be awesome. It's going to have rumors from the Meltzer. Don't forget about and of course,
thanks, Vinny.
News Source, the greatest wrestling website of all time. Please go visit Wrestling News Source, our one and only sponsor. It's all we need. Wrestling News Source. We don't even need anyone else. We got all that matters. All right, let's get into the news. Fightful Select notes that many different departments of WWE have been expecting Brock Lesnar to return, but there has been no promotional material prepped at any time for his return just yet. Thus backing your theory that he could be showing up soon and potentially being in SummerSlam.
That's a lie.
Pick your spot
I
right
don't
now.
believe that one bit.
Pick your spot. When will we see Brock Lesnar in the WWE ring?
Money in the Bank.
Oh God. Let's see. What is it? Yeah, I would say either Clash of Champions or Extreme Rules.
The hell is Clash of Champions?
Clash of Champions is the pay-per-view, I think, in September before Extreme Rules.
Is that the one they don't freaking advertise? They don't put on.
That's the one
Yeah,
where
like
all the champions defend their
Peacock.
titles.
Peacock. Honestly, I see him at SummerSlam screwing Bobby Lashley for whoever Bobby Lashley's facing at SummerSlam. If it's, I don't know who it is, but I see Brock kind of screwing him over.
You don't see Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam?
No, I see John Cena and Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. I don't think
that's definitely going to be the main event.
I don't think they need both names.
Why is that such a big match for them? Like, you're putting this.
You're not excited to see John Cena versus Roman Reigns?
No, I'm not even excited to see John Cena on fucking time.
I am. It's this Friday.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
sorry to hear that, guys. It's what 379 fucking movies that they've put out. It's like, really, has the storyline ever changed besides this? It's not. That franchise has never been the same ever since the first one. It's been garbage.
That's a lie. Fast 5 was excellent with a certain Dwayne The Rock Johnson, by the way.
5 was good, yeah. 5 was decent. And then the one where Paul dies and then they ride off together and he sees the thing of him and they play that music, that shit gets me every time. Don't be a douche, Vince. Have you guys seen Manifest? I'm watching that right now. It's pretty good.
No, what's that about?
It's old.
They go on a plane and they wake up and they come back. They're like, hey, we're reporting for landing. They're like, you've been gone for 5 years. And they're like, what? Like, what do you mean? And they come back and like, there was these 2 twins. They were like 6 years old. And now their fucking sister's like 11 and he's still 6. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's pretty cool. You should check it out. They're also saying NXT is going to start heavily focusing on the cruiserweight division. I don't really understand why the cruiserweight division isn't on 205 Live. Like, the title is never defended there. They don't really go with each other. I don't understand 205 Live. It doesn't really make much sense to me. Like, before NXT every week, we'll see Daivari versus, like August Gray or like some weird. Do you even see it? Do you guys even watch that's 205 or do you even know the people on there, Bad Dog?
No, I don't watch 205.
Yeah, it's like Daivari, the Bollywood.
Who sits there and watches that?
I have to because I'm sitting at the damn NXT.
Yeah, I know.
For NXT.
That for you, I don't watch that shit.
So I'm sitting there chilling at 7:30, and all of a sudden it's like ding 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 ding, and then like Bollywood Brothers come out. You're like, what the fuck?
Why isn't this? Here's a question.
Bollywood Brothers.
Same shit.
I know them from the India show.
Why
did that India show
every year
back?
Why?
What, Vince?
Why is it the same shit every year? Like every match? Like why do they think the division is just them 4 guys?
I know, it's so weird. It's like Kurt Stallion, August Gray, Daivari, and like the Bollywood brother, and then Tony Nese. It's the same fuckers every time. Yeah. They have good matches, but like no one cares because you're waiting to watch Karrion Kross and Samoa Joe. You know what I mean? Like no one gives a shit about that stuff. It's just the way it is. All right, next up, PW Insider saying Hell in a Cell matches on SmackDown and Raw were to give something extra to TV partners and as a way to get attention ahead of the company returning to live touring. Was that a good idea by WWE to have Hell in a Cell on Raw and SmackDown? Vince?
No.
Why not?
Because you take away, because people, for weeks you're pretty much promoting this pay-per-view with Roman Reigns and Rey Mysterio to be the main match of the night, and then at the last minute, because everybody's pissed off and crying because they're all little bitches in the company that, oh, we're not gonna give the right stuff. Now you want to give all the rights to Fox. You know what I mean? This is the problem with these big companies. They want all the say. They want you to do this. They want to take matches away from the WWE Network. It's like, Vince was a bitch. Anybody out there listening, Vince was a bitch to sign Peacock. I mean, does it really? I mean, if you guys don't think so, I don't know what to tell you, because honestly, we all got robbed from the WWE Network. We got robbed because now
Peacock does suck compared to the WWE Network.
Now, I have to ask Nico
Horrible.
a question. Nico, did you have a problem watching the pay-per-view on Sunday? Because I had a problem getting onto Peacock before Hell in a Cell went live or whatever the hell it was. I was having technical difficulties.
That's weird because you usually
sure.
go on the cock just perfectly fine.
I had a problem with it. I had a problem with it. I didn't even turn it on.
Yeah, I had issues in the beginning. It was saying some kind of error, but I turned it off and turned it on, and then it was fine. And and another huge W, by the way, is I was streaming it live on TikTok, got pulled down, appealed it, and won the appeal, saying
nice.
So that's like a minor victory, because if I can legally show the shows, I can have crazy numbers of people in there. So to add to Vince's talk right there, Dave Meltzer said people at Fox are not happy about WWE promoting Peacock on their programming, because in the sneaky, slimy way, Peacock is NBC, and that's NBC giving Fox a big fuck you by getting Peacock promoted on Fox Network during SmackDown. So there's a slight chance we might see no Peacock promoting on Fox, and that's a real douchey. I don't know if it's douchey by Fox or douchey by Peacock, but it's a big move right there. That's kind of like declaring war,
Well, I think it was always a war. I want to jump in on this whole thing between Fox and NBC. Look, there's been a war even before, WWE made the deal with Fox a couple of years ago. I just read something the other day that they want to get the NFL involved in WWE more. So now they're going to have a bunch of, football players jump into wrestling, apparently. So, it's always been a war, and it's always going to continue to be a war as long as Fox and NBC have the rights or, to distribute SmackDown Raw.
Every time when you just said war, all I could think in my head was Regal going, "War Games!" I love that shit when he screams. Him screaming "War Games" gets me all jittery inside. According to PW, Becky Lynch was backstage at Hell in a Cell this past week. Just a matter of time before the man makes her return, making the, as Mad Dog would say, horrible clusterfuck shitty women's division a little bit better with the man there, because obviously she's a huge megastar. And coming back from having a baby, so more motivated than ever, honestly. We're obviously excited to see Becky Lynch. No one's going to be like, I don't want to see her, right?
I think she puts asses in the seats, and that's what WWE needs right now. They need those seats filled, and Becky would do that. I would go. If Becky Lynch was up in this area and there was a show up here, I would definitely go. Hell yeah.
Former WWE stars Billie Kay and Peyton Royce have filed a trademark for the name, The Inspiration with 2 eyes. They vowed that they're going to continue the circuit as a tag team, and now they are The Inspiration. Is this a good move for them? Because I always felt like Billie Kay was holding Peyton back, but when Peyton got on her own, she clearly wasn't able to step up to the game. So what do you guys think about this?
It's a horrible name.
It's not only a horrible name, but what do you think about them being only tag team? Is that a good move for them to be a Enzo and Cass style group where it's all or nothing?
No, I mean, I think one's helping the other out.
Peyton's helping Billie out because she's way hotter and way more talented.
Right. Yeah. I actually agree with both of you on this one here. I don't like the name. I'll say that right now. I'll pass on the name for sure, but I think that Peyton Royce can wrestle. She proved that on her singles run. It's just McMahon, Vince McMahon, and the rest of, the creative team, John Laurinaitis and all them, just didn't want to give her the push. That's why they let her go, and they let Billie Kay go, because Billie Kay was doing nothing on SmackDown. What was she doing? Helping the Riot Squad. Then Ruby Riot gets fired. I mean, it just, to me, it made no sense. So,
You are correct. I sounded like Ed McMahon there on the damn Carson Tonight Show.
More like Shane McMahon,
Yeah, Dad. McMahon did sign the contract. Shane McMahon. I saw the funniest shit. It said, yeah, Dad, Khan did sign the WWE contract, but it's Tony Khan, not
It's Tony Khan, yeah.
The other fucking
not the other Nick Khan, yeah.
The Rock will WWE is hoping The Rock will wrestle at Survivor Series 2021. It's his 25-year debut since his WWF debut as Rocky Maivia. Is this a shot in the dark and Vince McMahon literally pulling his best friend card and begging Rock to show up? Because let's all be honest, Rock doesn't give a fuck about coming back in wrestling. If anything, he's doing it for Vince and for Roman, and that's it. I mean, he's the biggest movie star in the world right now. Landing him would be humongous, and having him at Survivor Series. If he's not at WrestleMania as the Matt, I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him show up at Survivor Series and that be his one appearance for the year or 2 years. We haven't seen him since the debut of SmackDown on Fox, right?
That was 2019 with the man, Becky Lynch, where they kicked King Corbin's
and we haven't seen him
ass,
since,
by the way. No, they've not seen The Rock back. No.
Right. So, that's about it. One more storyline. Kevin Owens taking time off is actually storyline related. He's not actually really taking time off.
No.
Also, plans for SummerSlam 21 as of right now are Edge versus Seth Rollins and John Cena versus Roman Reigns
as the main event.
Edge versus Seth Rollins. I mean, both those matches really make me happy.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins and Edge is going to be fucking amazing. And John Cena versus Roman Reigns is truly a dream match that everyone's going to win. I'm really excited for the future and glad everyone's got to get back. Right. I just got to get some good seats and get up close. We got to go to some of these. I'm not going to make it a SummerSlam, but I'm definitely going to Survivor Series if Rock's
Survivor Series might be up in my neck of the woods. You guys might have to take the trip up to New York, gentlemen. That's what I've been hearing. I heard Brooklyn might be the rumored spot. So
yeah.
That's close to my area. So
will mommy let you out of the house to come hang out with us, or
yeah, probably. I mean,
maybe
depends.
You'll have a curfew.
Me? No, never. I go to sleep when I need to.
Vince
but
has a curfew still.
For real though, going back to Rock, if he goes Survivor Series and it's in Brooklyn, man, I'm buying a seat and I'm going, man. I'm definitely want to see him there. And as for the whole SummerSlam thing, I heard somewhere, and I don't know if it's true, but I'm going to put it out here because you guys know me. I'm the news. I'm the rumors guy. I heard Edge is now going to be not just a part-timer, but it's going to be like a Goldberg guy now. So Edge is only going to be there like a couple times a year. So if they want him there at SummerSlam, I guess we won't see Edge till next WrestleMania. I mean, that upsets me. I like Edge a lot. So
I hate to break it to him, but Edge is not Brock Lesnar. He's not a spectacle that shows up 4 times a year and we all get all excited. Like he just
had the biggest pop before this pandemic started. He had the biggest pop when he came back out of nowhere as number 21 in the Rumble.
Well, yeah, he hadn't wrestled in 8 years and he was a surprise entrant. But guess what? He also did. He got fucking pinned on top of someone else at WrestleMania.
Because he had to put Roman over. He was putting Roman over that night. I mean, I've watched the match back hundreds of times now, and even I understand what happened. I was pissed after it happened, and I told you guys that on the show. Go back, watch our WrestleMania recap show when we did that a couple months back. But I was pissed, but now I understand why he did it. So,
All right, where can they find you, Mad Dog?
Right, @ Mad Dog everywhere. Just find me there. You guys catch me there.
Vinny?
You can always find me at the Vincent LaSpada Show every Saturdays from 2 to 3 o'clock on Fortnite Radio with my buddy Nico. Go to Vincent LaSpada on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook.
I'm Nico Extra. You all know where to find me because you're probably here because you're listening to me, because you love me and you're my most favorite, loyal, loving fans, followers. Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of our family. We'll be back next Wednesday for another amazing episode of World Wrestling Radio.
Our results.
In the meantime,
NXT.
Ooh, NXT results. In the meantime, thank you so much, and we will talk to you later.